Hello to the hockey family. It is Monday, March the 23rd. Another nice weekend here. As I'm sure all of you know, much anticipated season opener, 5-6 boys soccer. 1 weekend, coaches are on the hot seat.
Oh, coaches are on the hot seat. I was looking at our squad in warm-ups, and like 6 of our 9 kids have never played before. And I'm looking over on the other side of the field in warmies,
Yeah.
and all their kids are like juggling the ball, keeping the ball up in the air. I was like, oh boy, we're in one. I think we just ran into an experienced bunch
Yeah.
on the other side.
Yeah.
At least that's what we said in the presser anyway.
I mean, it felt a little bit like the Mighty Ducks, and you kind of saw Iceland on the other side.
Yeah, Iceland or the Hawks. I don't know.
Whatever, the Hawks,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, with the Iceland.
Either way,
Yeah.
those are excuses.
Yeah,
Results-based business. So we better get it together.
Back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
practice.
there aren't many coaches lining up behind us to take the position. So,
Oh, it was a tough goal.
yeah.
It was, a
The
lot to a
boys
little.
had fun. The boys had a good
I hope
time.
so.
I hope so. So back at it this week. Anyways, another eventful week in the Middle East. That was the wrong tone.
It
I'm
was.
still laughing from the previous.
Just the beating we took. It was so bad.
Wasn't good.
No, it was another eventful week in the Middle East, and really that not any like new headlines, just a lot of the same concerns about supply of oil, concerns about inflation, and that has an impact on markets, right? So early last week, you saw Monday, Tuesday, like most global markets did pretty well, and then into the end of the week, most global markets, gave back those gains and some. So, just another example of why it's really, really hard to time markets, right? A lot of people forget, like if you try to time markets, you have to be right twice, right? It's like, all right, I'm going to cash, and then, but you have to get in again. Like, when do you get back in? And so even this morning, for example, like I wake up, I get up really early, and I'm looking at futures. It's like, all right, most stock markets are down in Europe, and the US futures are lower. And then by the time I get into the office this morning, the market had reversed like 4% from being down to up to on just a simple comment that maybe the U.S. and Iran are in talks to make a deal. So just one headline, like it can just change the course of the market so quickly, which is why you need to be careful.
Yeah, you can't time them. So this is another reason just why having a financial plan, matters. It's really important.
Yeah, it really is. And so, and I almost put that in 2 different categories. Like, one, if you're nearing retirement, like nearing the end of your playing career, just the importance of having like what we consider, we call, the war chest of cash and bonds for later in your hockey career, right? Kind of planning that retirement, because it's not if you're going to get a market correction, it's when, right? So you need a plan in place for, good markets, bad markets, and everything in between. And then if you're a younger guy, like you want that plan, making sure you're filling up all the buckets you can, all the tax vehicles you can, because it's actually a gift. It's a little counterintuitive, but like when the market corrects, when you're younger in your career, it's actually a gift if you can fund vehicles or new capital at lower prices. So
yeah. Also last week we saw the Fed left rates unchanged, which that was expected. A little interesting piece is that markets right now are not pricing in any future rate cuts for 2026.
yeah, so and that is a change, right? So going into this year, it was markets were pricing maybe like 2 rate cuts, maybe 3, and with this somewhat newfound concern for inflation, you see central banks kind of around the globe concerned about cutting rates, right? And the Fed as well, and they voiced that at the meeting last week. So we'll see. Yeah.
All right, let's get back to it, Coach.
Yeah.
Big Thursday night practice.
Yeah, get the boys
We
buzzing.
got just a few weeks left hockey season. Talked to a few of the boys. They're getting ramped up, playoff positions.
Yeah, and then we'll we've kind of started some of the postseason reviews, kind of our little checklist for guys. So we will be reaching out to each of you in the coming weeks and next couple months, just as seasons are winding down. just again checking the boxes for summer expenses, training, and all the plans that you might have. So,
Yep.
hope everyone has a great week. We'll talk to you soon.